Vance is the front runner for 2028. Rubio privately confides, Rob, if you want to play this clip, in regards to who is the presidential candidate for front runner for 2028 for the Republican Party. Go ahead, Rob.
This great Politico article that came out today where it talks about Secretary Rubio privately talking about and expecting Vice President Vance to be the 2028 GOP nominee. And obviously there has been a lot of talks already on who would it be, maybe the front runner. Would it be Vance? Would it be Rubio? You know, the figure would be that they would both try to run for. But let's now talk to a Politico right here. One of the reporters on the story. Great article, Diana Narosi with Politico. Always great to have you on. And yeah, I thought this was a fascinating look at how President Trump, not even a year into this second administration,
too
and
much.
there's already
Rob, just pause it, Rob. I can't do that anymore. So Marco has been very clear on that. JD is going to be the Republican nominee if he wants to be, said the person close to the secretary, noting that Rubio has expressed sentiment privately and publicly. He will do anything he can just to support the vice president in that effort, said the person close to Rubio, who was granted an anonymity to share the Secretary of State's private conversations. And no one expects Marco to resign from the cabinet and start taking pot shots at the vice president. So that's kind of where you're at with this. Are you at a point, Tom? Like, is there an outsider for you as well outside of JD or Rubio? So anybody else as an outsider for Republican for 2028?
I think there will be outsiders that try to run because you elevate your presence for other considerations. Many people think Pete Buttigieg did exactly that, elevated himself so that he would be drawn into the mix, and then he was Secretary of Transportation. So I believe there will be outsiders trying to run. But I don't think they will be serious campaigns, and I think they'll be there to elevate their presence, get a little forward. Now, do I think that people like MTG are serious and it's going to be a distraction and it's going to take well past South Carolina to figure out how we make a coalition? Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem. But I also believe that the Republicans are smart enough right now, and what you're hearing from Rubio, I believe, is this, hey, Marco, you have really stepped it up. Foreign policy, you just check the box. You look far more mature. Check the box. You got the support of the big guy. Check the box. You've got wins in foreign policy. Check the box. Do you want to go? We were behind you all for these Senate years. We're there. You have to remember, he's got a coalition that got him to Senate in the state of Florida, and he would definitely carry Florida. And so it's Rubio probably saying, you know what, the machine is really thinking Vance. I'm not sure I want to throw my fingers into the gears of the machine, but I think there might be outsiders, Pat, but it'll be very temporary. You know, there's always 20 people that show up in New Hampshire, and everybody in New Hampshire gets free coffee for 5 weeks because the candidates are buying your coffee to come to Starbucks and hear what they say. I think there'll be outsiders there, but I think they'll come and go quick, and the Republicans will call order.
Because everything that you've been saying with Gavin and all these guys and all the kind of fighting with the Republicans and stuff, I honestly, if an election happened right now, I honestly don't think any of these guys would be able to beat Gavin. And I'm not saying that happily. I'm just saying because the left just votes on feeling. These are the Hitlers and this whole Gestapo's Nazis going to keep going. They take children away from their families.
But that's a good thing. See how they feel in a couple of years.
No, I get it, but Tom, I understand 100%. But that's how they're going to vote. People, the fact that you can cheer for Gavin Newsom with the resume that this guy has, Tom, if he was in charge of like the tour bus guide and his tour buses crashed and killed people and everything, they'd still vote for that guy because it's not the Trump.
He's a candidate, not a business guy. If he ran a funeral parlor, no one would die.
Exactly.
So that's the reality you've got there. Yeah. But is he running a campaign? Does he know what he's doing? Yes, he does.
Yes, and it's
being
scary.
Effective.
It's scary, but because I know what's going to happen with the border. But when it comes to whoever Donald Trump is going to back and endorse to become the next president, it's going to be it might be him or it might be Rubio. The question is, will Trump in 3 years still have that fire and that MAGA push, Pat, to put them over the edge, or is the Democrats, Gavin Newsom, going to be like, no, they're
You
negative.
guys still haven't given any outsider names.
Tulsi
I'm talking
Gabbard.
Okay, Tulsi Gabbard.
I
All right.
would vote for. Why are you?
No,
why
when
are
you
shaking
say,
your head?
well, Pat, define outsider. What do you mean outsider?
Okay, so to me, for think Tucker, Massey, think Jamie Dimon, think Iger, think
On the Republican side?
Republicans?
on the Republican side.
'Cause I think
yeah.
most of those names most of those names
Tucker?
Well,
No,
Massey?
Diamond
Tucker,
and all these
Tucker
guys.
You think
Massey's
Jamie
an
runs as a
insider.
Democrat?
Well, Tucker would be an outsider.
You think
Isn't Massey?
Jamie runs as a Republican or
If
Democrat?
Jamie ever did it, I think honestly he could only run as Ross Perot. Honestly, I think
Okay.
he's
Who
that
else?
smart.
You think there's anybody? You think there's anybody that's on the outside?
Besides a Tucker, no. Our draft pick has been
You
assassinated.
think Tucker will? No question about it. You think Tucker will?
No way.
No.
You said no way?
I mean, listen.
His dad was part of the machine, man. He understands this stuff.
I think didn't you ask
So
him
that's
once?
why he wouldn't?
No, I think that's why he may understand what it takes to do it.
Like meaning a call to action, like he has to do it?
No, I mean he through his dad, he knows about the machine. He knows about what went on. Go take a look at all the things he was exposed to. And he sees it on Fox. He would know exactly what would take. And so if he makes a decision, he's knowledgeable. He's not making an emotional decision. He knows what he's getting into.
Who do you think?
I don't know, but so I gave you guys a bunch of names.
No,
I was waiting for
fantastic.
you guys.
Mind you, when I say Tulsi,
yeah.
Pat, I see like poised, the soldier.
Ted
you know-
Cruz?
Oh God, no. I don't think
So
You don't think he's
when you say
running?
inside outside, what do you
You
mean?
think he's running? Cruz?
So,
Does he still have the desire? Yeah, but
What
I
is
think
this?
he's an insider,
Rob?
isn't he?
I have a very close friend that's friends with Tucker, and they were talking about a presidential run in 2028. If the guys in the back could not show this, I'd appreciate that.
Don't
But
show
for you
this.
guys, I wanted to show you.
Yeah.
That was Tucker's response to him when he said, "What about running in 2028?" Tucker's message is the bottom one.
basically, no chance in hell. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I
But
think
read
Tucker,
those
I
last
think
four
Tucker knows
letters.
his position.
But you
he's never expressed any interest in running for president. He's kind of like the Michelle Obama of the left. He could.
Well, can
They've never run for
Can I ask you
anything.
one question before you say anything?
Well, he is a man.
Let's say we're getting closer to 2028 election. He knows that the splintered Republican Party. It's going to be this guy. They're all
Yeah,
different.
but Tucker cannot win a general election.
Hold on one second.
Tucker can barely get through a Republican primary, much less a general
You don't
election.
think he could?
Let me tell you something. This is PBD. I would assume agree, because PBD has done this thing. There's levels to things. You could be the best high school basketball player, then you're at the end of the bench in college. You could be the best player on your college team, and then you're at the end of the bench of the NBA. You could be one of the best players in the NBA. You could barely be a six man. There's different levels to this. The Republican Party has a Trump problem. There's nobody who can hold a candle to Trump. Nobody. J.D. Vance can't hold a candle to Trump. Marco Rubio, Tulsi Gabbard, Tucker. None of these people are Trump. They're all going to have a Trump problem. On the left, completely wide open. This is probably going to be the most wide open election in 2028.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to
Like,
have
if
two
I'm-
primaries with 50 people on stage.
Listen,
it's anybody's game.
I'm personally making a few phone calls for some outsider to get in. I think this is a very unique year,
Yeah.
2028.
Okay.
I'm personally calling on a few people.
Okay.
And as we get closer, I'll be more public about it. But I'm personally going to call on a few people for 2028 post midterms. Let's let midterms
course.
be done, and then we'll be nominating some people and doing some
Okay.
reaching
If I have to do
out.
it, if I have to go, I have to go. I have to do it. for
Anybody
America.
with a representative in front of their name, representative fill in the blank, has approximately zero chance of doing anything in any type of election.
Can I ask you a question?
General election.
Do you
That's that as a
think?
challenge, folks. If you're listening,
Go ahead.
do not let
Marjorie
Adam talk
Taylor
to you
Greene,
like this.
AOC.
Do not let Adam talk to you like this.
Massey.
Do you
Nobody knows
think
that
a
guy.
Tucker? Do you think a Tucker is the type of guy that once he sees the writing on the wall, it's like, oh my God, somebody like Gavin Newsom is going to be the president? He wouldn't say, I have to do this. Hold
Tucker
on,
ain't
for
that
the
dude,
country.
bro. Tucker ain't Superman.
No, I didn't
Stop,
say
stop, stop.
Superman.
Tucker ain't gonna
I
put a
didn't say
cape on and be like, I got you
Adam,
guys.
I didn't say Superman. I said he
He ain't that dude.
I
He ain't
either
that
want to
dude.
hear Pat
He can interview
process this,
people.
or
That's
let's
what
just
he's
make
good
it
at.
Israel's fault and fight for real, right? This was one of the two things here.
That who would do what?
I either want to hear Pat process it, or let's just bring Israel into this and go nuts and fight for 5 minutes for real.
Yeah. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. And what we want to do for the veterans who are watching this, we have a whole new series of merch for veterans. Rob, if you can zoom in into some of these guys here. Whether you're Army, we got an Army Future Looks Bright. We got, go a little bit lower, Rob, if you could. We got those hats with the Velcro. That right there, the Army Future Looks Bright patch is insane. Go low, Rob. You know, Air Force, Navy, keep going, keep going, keep going. We got those green hats.
Oh, that one's
those
sick.
green hats, they won't last long. No. Every time we have those, they disappear.
Badass.
The one on the right, it's absolutely sick. On the front of it, it says Future Looks Bright. U.S. Armed Forces, Marines, keep going. And then you have the USA hat. That's another one. It's one of our most, I think it's the top 5 most reviewed hats of all time that you have right there. The USA with the, what do you call it?
Camouflage.
The camouflage on there. Armed Forces in the middle with the dog tag. 6 shirt. Keep going lower, Rob. Keep going lower. And you got the Army greens. The hats in the middle. And then go to the next one. That Angry Patriot shirt to the right. You got a bunch of stuff here. And here's what it is. Go to vtmerch.com. Place your order. Use the code VETERAN for a discount. VETERAN for a discount. And 10% of every purchase made will go to charities that are related to folks who are serving, and we have a handful of them that we're working with. Trust me, we're very selective on which one we go through. 10% of whatever purchase is made will go to different charities out there, and if you use the code VETERAN, you'll get a 10% discount as well. Some of those items are limited supply that we ordered, so be sure to go out there and place the order for yourself. And if it's not you, you have a friend that went to the Air Force, the Army, the Marines, the Navy, gift them something from this that watches the podcast. Again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order using the discount VETERAN. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.